and we had to reinvent ourselves. So for the last 25 years or so, we've moved out of fashion and into the military business. We moved into promotional products. And then about 7 or 8 years ago, we started seeing a lot of fashion brands come back. We manufacture baseball hats, we do embroidery, we manufacture all sorts of sewn bags. We're very happy to be here, and we're really excited about the amount of interest in domestically made goods here.
My name is Steve Hawkins. I'm president of America Knits. America Knits is a premium manufacturer of finished goods, t-shirts, sweatshirts, anything made out of knit. We handle it from product development all the way through packaging, screen printing, embroidery, and from concept to finished product. We are the newbies on the panel. We started in 2019. I've been in the business all my life because I'm from North Carolina, which is the mecca of textiles. But anyway, I'm in Georgia and proud to be up here on the panel. America Knits, I think, has proven a concept that actually it can be done here in America. And when garments have less than 5 minutes, standard allowed minutes in them, there's really no reason not to. And we'll get more into that as we get into the panel discussion about the sustainability part of it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ron Roach, and I am president of Contemporary Fabrics. We are a circular knit manufacturer out of North Carolina. We have been in business since 1972, so we've been around a while. We're a little unique in our industry. In 1986, we became an ESOP company. I don't know if anybody's aware of what an ESOP company is, but we are a 100% employee-owned company, so everybody there starts to accumulate ownership after a 1-year waiting period. Our business, Mitch mentioned about, reinventing ourselves. Since 1972, I've been there 39 years. I can tell you at least six times we've had to reinvent who we were. A perfect example is 20 years ago, we were 100% women's wear, 100%, men's wear, children's wear. Today, we do none of that. We are almost 80% team sports, performance, and workwear. And you'll learn more about it as we go.
So I guess you could say I'm the new kid on the block. My name's Laura Thornquist. I'm with Fiber 52. I am the president there, but my job also entails probably a therapist, receptionist, warehouse mover, you name it, because we are a startup company. Wouldn't have it any other way. We've been around since December of 2022. I come from our parent company, which is Energy Ogre, based out of Houston, Texas. Energy, electricity. Now I'm in the textile industry, go figure, right? Anyway, with that being said, I was their chief operating officer and the chief marketing officer. So I'm responsible for the implementation of the intellectual property of Fiber 52 as well as the business strategy of Fiber 52. And Fiber 52 is a patent pending wet processing dyeing technology with massive sustainable impact. Our goal is to be net neutral, because everybody says sustainable costs more. I don't believe that's true. In fact, I know it's not true, because we're going in net neutral, where the brands and the mills will save money. The brands love the sustainable call-outs. The mills love the money savings. And our end fabric, the consumers really love because it's stronger and it has a better natural feel. So with that being said, we're very excited to be part of this group. We have 5 brands that we're in various stages of commercialization. We've got 2 certified mills on a global scale and 12 other mills across the globe that are in stages and phases of commercialization. So we're very excited.
Thank you all. Okay, everybody in the audience wants to know the big question: how are you guys successful here in the U.S. competing against low-cost labor throughout the world? Ron, you want to start, tackle that?
Sure. I think I got to start by going back to kind of who we are. By the fact that we are an employee-owned company, it has probably saved us many times over, because everybody there has a vested interest. I mean, think of an employee-owned company as one big retirement account. So everybody's retirement is depending on this company's doing well. So I think I got to start with that as number one. Number two, I think changing our business model 20 years ago to becoming team sports and performance, where it was very synthetic driven. If you guys know what the duty rates are in synthetics coming into the country, they're still very high. They can run as high as 28 to 30%. And when we're dealing in those kind of categories, what we found is we can compete very, very well on the fabric level, even with Asia. So I think it starts with that, Alex. I think it's Our business is very relationship driven. We've been very fortunate to have really good partnerships where there's a lot of trust involved, and you know we can win on delivery, we can win on service, we can win on quality. But unless there's trust between us and the people we're dealing with, the brands and the retailers, because all of our customers are brands or a retailer. Unless there's trust between those two entities, you know, we can't have speed. Because if we're going to have speed, you know, someone has to own inventory at some level down the line. So we work to develop those relationships so we do have trust. So I think it's employee ownership. I think it's quality, service, and speed. Well, I mean, we'll never be the cheapest, clearly.
Okay. Steve, your business is quite a bit different. It is labor driven. It's not like textile operation where there's not that many employees in a fabric mill compared to your sewing operation. Would you like to touch on that?
Absolutely. Mitch and I are both finance majors, I found out yesterday, so we're numbers guys. The thing that people don't always see, and particularly smaller brands, bigger brands, they've got departments of financial analysts. What you project to sell that doesn't sell and ends up getting closed out is a real cost. So when you go out there and you say, I want a trendy graphic and I think it's going to sell, but when it doesn't sell, what happens? There's hidden loss there. When you go to an American-made supply chain, and especially one that makes premium products with water-based sinks, 305 screens, and that may not mean anything to anybody, but it's as good as made anywhere. And when you're able to purchase and have manufactured what is selling, even if it costs you $2 or $3 more in labor, the sales that you're not losing because you're making what's selling is a big deal with costs. It's not always about FOB costs.
Mitch, do you have anything you'd like to add?
We definitely train as many people as possible on the concept of total cost of ownership, and that's looking at the entire cost of importing goods and then dividing that by the number of units that you have. Instead of looking at unit cost, we found that the average total cost of ownership is about 2.5 times the unit cost, especially in smaller quantities. And we encourage brands to take a look at that, and they'll find that the break-even quantity that they need to make it worth to import goods is a lot higher than they actually thought. Once we've educated people on it and they realize that the cost isn't that different, we then can lean into a few different things. Number one is that brands they genuinely want to co-brand with the most powerful label in the world, which is Made in USA. They can put their brand inside of a product and they put it right next to Made in USA. That's extremely powerful. That has a lot of value to the product. The second thing is people are willing to pay more for a Made in USA product. And you add those three things together, and there are many, many instances where it is worth it for brands to manufacture domestically. One thing we have going for us this year is that it's an election year. It's also an Olympic year. We've noticed for the last 20 years that every 4 years, searches for Made in USA absolutely spike because everyone's talking about Made in USA, everyone's talking about USA. And we're about to enter a perfect storm of attention paid to Made in USA, because in the next 5 years we have 2 general elections, we have a domestic World Cup, we have a domestic Olympics, and it's the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. For anyone who remembers the bicentennial, all people are going to be talking about for a year or 2 is USA. So we all have that going for us. Final thing I want to add about the costing is when we're looking at designs, a lot of designs, particularly from the larger brands, is made to be made overseas in a very low-cost labor environment. We absolutely re-engineer every product that comes to us for a high labor cost environment. We just work with the designers to make sure that the product looks the same and has the same functionality, but there's less labor, and sometimes you have to spend a little more money on materials. We found in China in particular, Chinese factories will throw a lot of labor at products to save money on materials. We see tote bags come to us all the time with a seam across the bottom, which makes absolutely no sense from a construction standpoint or a labor standpoint. So we'll take that and we'll just fold up the bag and do things like that. It's things like that, along with automation and lean manufacturing and other sorts of technologies that have enabled us to grow from 6 people to 160 people in 32 years.
Thank you, Mitch. Well, Steve and Mitch, you both brought up something that I find interesting. You talked about brands being able to buy smaller quantities so they don't close out as much product at the end of season. They're not stuck with dead inventory. Which leads me to my next question for the panel about sustainability. If they're not closing out as many products, if they're not having this excess inventory, that's got to be fewer items like ending up in our landfills or in some type of composting situation or in some type of recycling situation. Now, Laura, sustainability, that's your company. That's what you're built off of. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing there?
Well, yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit more because we are so new. I guess you could say sustainability is in our middle name. It really wasn't intended to be that way, but our parent company embraces emerging technology. And we came across Graham Stewart, who's back there. He's been in the industry for 50 plus years, and he knew there had to be a gentler, kinder way of treating cotton. We've done conventionally, wet processing conventionally the same way for years, 40 plus years at least, without any changes. So we embrace cotton for what it is. Out in nature, it's a pretty beautiful plant, protects itself. We keep some of those paraffins, those waxes on through the wet process, and we've learned that it reduces time, water, and energy up to 75% in many cases. I can tell you we're having a massive impact over in Asia right now. We're getting a lot of engagement over in Asia. We've run trials all over the world, from Europe to Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, South and Central America, and of course here in the United States. So, we hit the eureka, with sustainability. We didn't, say, hey, we want to build a sustainable product. We just recognized what we had. So we're embracing it, and we're very pleased to say that the world is embracing what we have to offer. At least they're listening to us. They're skeptical. I promise you that. I've run hundreds of trials, but we're getting there.
Great, thanks, Laura. Well, sustainability is important to everybody here, I'm sure. Ron, at Contempra, is sustainability come into play there?
Yeah, I mean, when I look back what it meant, even let's say 15, 20 years ago when it first became like the buzzword, it was more centered around, light savings or, counting how many times you're throwing away, things into the dumpster. Today it's a complete, all of that is assumed now. Today is a completely different model. I mean, if you heard me talk about most of our business is team sports and performance, so you can guess who our customers are. They are very, very outdoor driven. They are all about sustainability. So pretty much everybody that is buying synthetics from us, I would say 90% of them are now running recycled polyester. The next step is we're doing a lot of development for major athletic brands that are now running another product that is now going to be able to move away in the landfill. Because we know polyester can sit in a landfill sometimes for several hundred years. There's another item out there that will allow it to decompose now in a year. So we're heavily moving in that direction very quickly. So for us, it's all about, at least right now, it's fiber, it's traceability. I mean, every major brand we work with, we have to show them the traceability from where the fiber came from, or if it's cotton, we have to show them where the cotton came from. We have to show them where what happened in our plant, where it got dyed, where it got cut and sewn. It's a complete traceability, and that's not going to go away. And I think as the U.S. continues to catch up with what the rest of the world may be requiring, I think it's going to something we're all going to have to face.
Steve, I know in discussions with you before, you've got a fairly unique sustainability story in your product and your brand. Can you kind of share on that too?
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize the geographical footprint of your entire supply chain matters. And I believe that wherever shirts are worn, they should be produced entirely as close to that as possible, for all the reasons that sustainability, all the premises behind sustainability. We actually have our supply chain where we partnered with growers. The growers with best practices in the state of Georgia that are conservative with their land, they take care of their land, they're generational farmers, and our entire supply chain from where the cotton is grown is spun at Parkdale Mills, which is one of the major players in the world, and then the fabric is made by Contempor, my friends on stage here, and we have actually developed a circle that's 238 miles, and that's from the dirt to the finished shirt, and we can scale it. Our plant has 5 kids under the age of 32, which is unheard of in an apparel plant. Everybody knows that everybody's hair is the color of mine in an apparel plant, but we have a team of young engineers, young marketing guys, and they are excited about it, and they've learned the business. And why would they do that? The reason is because if we can disrupt the apparel business and we can get brands like you guys to partner up, we're going to set up 5 American Knits, and every one of those young guys is going to have their own plant.
First, Civic Grand Prix goes on Monica Montecchini.
Congratulations, Monica! Second Grand Prix by Thailand.
So, number seven. Number seven. Congratulations.
Congratulations! From Styling USA, the designer will get a textile coupon. Alright, thank you very much, Mr. Tsuboi, for your response to me. Thank you. Alright, now I am pleased to announce the Grand Prix prize by Styling USA and All Nippon Airways, Mr. Please announce the Grand Prix winner.
Okay, I will tell you. Grand Prix awards go on Jun Jin.
Number 6, Julie Jin. From Styling USA, the designer will get textile coupon. Congratulations. Okay, please give us some feedback.
Congratulations. So we look forward to working with you in the future from Thailand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. We have another round. Okay? I will take this. Alright. Okay, from ANA, the designer will get a round trip ticket to Japan. Congratulations! So you got 2 Grand Prix panels. Okay? Can you hold it? Thank you very much. What's that? Right. Okay, could you, Mr. Takemoto, could you give us some feedback? Okay.
Well, congratulations to all of them, especially you, by now yourself, academic designer. So we are A&M, All Nippon Airways, which is, we are a Japanese airline, and we believe, or consider ourselves as a bridge between the United States, well, not only the United States, in fact, it's globally, between global cities and Japan. And so, I'm so glad to see those Japanese materials, go to influence or give impression to many people outside of Japan. So I'm so glad to be here. And again, congratulations and thank you for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Alright, congratulations on winning the Grand Prix, and thank you very much to all the designers and the models for your wonderful works. Thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have your cameras, this is your chance to take a photo, okay? And then please post on your SNS with the hashtag Sakura Collection, okay? Alright, okay? Ready? In Japanese, we say high cheese, okay? High cheese. High cheese. Pause. Alright. To today's performers, Kobu, please come to the stage again. Thank you very much. Alright, let's have it again. Alright. Is this our other members? Alright. Let's do another photo session. Okay. Alright. Thank you very much again for your visit today, and this is the end of the Sakura collection, Fashion Design Award 2024. See you again next year. Thank you very much.